This game is like putting a billion pine needles up your butt and then wiggling your finger around to poke them even deeper. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another video. Today we are back once again with more Steam Review. And on today's episode of Steam Review, we are going to be reacting to reviews of Overwatch. Now already on this first page there is an absolutely crazy one. And I looked through the first like 4. And they're all the same. So we might only have one good review, but it is a pretty good one. And right away, we have the people who make Overwatch harder than the people who make Overwatch. Which is crazy, but you know what? I can't say that, never mind. It's so good they made a game out of it. Bad game, good. Overwatch creators work harder than the game developers. See, we're seeing this trend here. Better off downloading 34 gigabytes of Overwatch than the game itself. That's crazy. That is crazy. Overwatch to overwhelmingly negative? Download the game, write a bad review, uninstall the game. That's crazy. I don't know which Blizzard treats worse. Its players or its female employees. I forgot about that whole thing. The community is so nice and helpful. I got a lot of tips on how to uninstall the game and kill myself. Actually, I don't no. Overwatch community, well, it could have changed. It's been like 2 years probably now since I played it. But the Overwatch community was crazy. And I was a part of it, like saying the most out-of-pocket stuff in middle of games. Please add sex. Well, you see Sanazor 05, there's a different way, a different place you can get it.
Are you sure about that?
2016, game is good. Is good. 2023, game is bad. Still good. If you're playing competitive, I don't recommend this game. However, if you're playing the game for fun, I don't recommend this game. Playing with a guy named Tumad, and he didn't move at all. Bad teammates, not gonna lie, this game sucks. Yep. Well, actually, no, I never really had that issue with Overwatch. I had it with other games, though. I recommend not the game. Game bad, good. This game is really fun. I especially love playing Genji, but for some reason, women now avoid being around me. That's crazy. It's an indie company. Give them a break. That's crazy, too. Oh, and we got another one. This game gives me all of this stuff. Someone just copy and pasted it over here. Scam your customers with false advertised garbage games. Molest female employees. Sell out your pro players to Chinese overlords. Molest female employees. Get investigated and fined for molesting all those women. Announce hero is homosexual to cover up abuse. Gets kicked out of China for being too gay. Lose more than half of your player base. Molest women until she commits end life. That's crazy if that actually happened. Your hero creation diversity 0 meter does not qualify you for ESG money. Steals women's breast milk from the office refrigerator. Lie to the players about your PvE mode to sell them in battle passes with garbage rewards. Have terrible balancing and make awful gameplay changes. Players abandon your game. Crawl to Gavin and beg him to save your dying game. All I can offer you is a front page advertisement for a week. You are here. I've seen all the trailers on this something, so I think I'm ready. There we go. This review right here is going to sum up the rest of what we're going to see. The only reason it exists on Steam is so you can give it a bad review. That's crazy. It is overwhelmingly negative on Steam here. Someone just made a person taking a crap. I know Overwatch 2 gets a lot of hate, but personally, I don't think it gets enough. That's wild. Literally respect to the NSFW artists that keep this game alive to this day. I have less shame in admitting to owning games in my library than I do with this game. Whew. Everyone's just putting links to buying Team Fortress. They forgot to add content for 3 years. Yeah. That's actually when I played it. Not the most, but I played it a lot during that time. Tumad's last game. Okay, that must be someone popular. Okay, well we got a Black Forest cake, or the Portal cake. Because instead of wasting your time and money on this game, here's a recipe for it. Alright, we've seen this on like everyone. Before I played Overwatch 2, I had a small wee, no friends, no girlfriend, depression, absolutely no will to live. None of these things have changed, but the game is pretty bad. Cheap Paladins rip off. I forgot about Paladins. I've never actually played that game before. It's kind of hard to play this with only one hand, not gonna lie. Yeah, this guy is giving you a list of, what, 50? 50 different games that you can spend the same amount of money on and have a lot more fun. Love seeing the community working together so well. Yep, every single one. Meow meow. They should just change the name to Freaky Watch and let everyone kiss. Someone put a link to the Blizzard legal disputes. That's crazy. 2,000 people found it helpful. Nobody will see this. I'm gay. Oh, you got caught. What do we have here? Free, but at what cost? Yeah. This game is like putting 1,000,000,000 pine needles up your butt and then wiggling your finger around to poke them even deeper. That's new. Calling this garbage would be an insult to garbage collectors since they wouldn't even pick this up. That's wild. Couldn't make the campaign because they were too busy sexually assaulting their employees. Straight misery, just watch the don't play the game, please. Save yourself the misery. No sex scenes in the game, had to go to external websites to watch them. I'm a chronic masturbator. That is wild. Putting that in a Steam review. I can't believe how much they pay you for a positive review. Wow. Overwatch is like trying to assemble IKEA furniture with instructions written by a drunk raccoon. Every match starts with hope and excitement, but quickly devolves into chaos as your team fumbles around like they've never held a keyboard before. The game promises structure, strategy, and teamwork, but what you get is a confusing mess where somehow a hamster and a mech is the most competent thing on a battlefield. By the end, you're left with missing pieces, a broken soul, an overwhelming desire to flip the table. Oh, someone put a link for Plants vs. Zombies Garden Warfare 2. Playing Overwatch is like going back to a toxic bipolar ex who never changes but says they have. When you alt F4, the game closes so quickly. It's my favorite part of Overwatch 2. Okay, I did find someone with a talk about sentimental. I will say, before the whole Overwatch 2 thing came out, people loved the game. It was really good. There was a lot of good reviews, and the reason everyone hates it now and the reason everyone here pretty much is shit-talking it is because of what they said they were going to do, and then they didn't do it, which is fair. But like if you look at old reviews from this game, people said the game is good because it was a fun game, and I'll agree with that. Before Overwatch 2 came out, it was fun, and then they said they're going to do so much, hyping it up, and then they didn't do anything. They did nothing except call it Overwatch 2. And then the game was shit. So the concept of the game is fun, but when you know what they were telling you they were going to do and they didn't do it, the game's garbage now. The game is free, but I still want a refund for my wasted internet data. That is fair. My balls itch. It's like watching your beloved child slowly grow into a drug addict with no future. Worst matchmaking game to ever exist. Edit. I have better chances fighting stage 4 cancer than getting a chance of a teammate with an IQ above 6'7". That was posted recently too. Absolute utter something. This game, its devs, and its publishing company all broke in my grandma's house and beat her to death with hammers. This game's verification process feels like I'm getting my balls put under 6.3 trillion newtons of force while tripping on 95 drops of LSD straight from Skid Row. Fentanyl included. I'd rather scoop my eyes out with a spoon and perforate my eardrums with a Q-tip like I'm ramming cannonballs down a flesh mortar that never go through their busted-ass account creation process. I want this game to be removed from the same timeline as me. If you ask me to compare Japanese human experiments during the height of World War II and the human verification screen on Blizzard's website, I would be hard-pressed to spot any distinguishable differences. I was never able to play this game. I hope Blizzard goes bankrupt and the CEO ends up homeless. I had the homie make me an account, so I was able to play. All previous points still stand. That's crazy. If this comment gets 1 like, I'll circumcise myself. Damn, hope it works out. Any comments back, I am now in debt of 4,000 foreskins. I'm going to consult my local rabbi to see if he has any to spare. That is wild. You know what? I think at that, we're going to call it. And if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't already. Make sure to check out Blobhead Live if you haven't already. Check me out on TikTok and on Twitch, where you can watch me live stream. But other than that, I will see you guys in the next one.